Hey guys, Bill Soriano here from Pittsburgh. Happy Memorial Day here. It's Memorial Day, remembering all the veterans that gave their lives for us. So I didn't want to make a video today, but I found myself with a little bit extra time. So I wanted to do a quick walkthrough and intro for our new quantum scanner. And the quantum scanner here in JIFU was our impulse scanner over at IM Academy. As you know, we've all moved over from IM Academy. They have since shut down operations altogether. And so I wanted to do an overview of the quantum scanner. Now, first of all, I'm not an investment advisor. I'm not here to give you investment advice. What I share with you in my videos and on my PDF files is for educational purposes only. Forex is risky. You can lose all or part of your capital. That's why you should always start out trading on demo. And past profits never equal future results. So keep that in mind. That's my disclaimer. Now, this is the JIFU back office, and I only show you this because this is where the scanner's at. We have 8 scanners now, right? We also have 6 live academies: Forex, crypto, e-commerce, social media, mindset, finance. We have a travel portal. We have health products as well that I haven't even looked at, I believe. And of course, I focus more on Forex trading. And um, and then we have our 8 scanners now. So I've done overviews on the Golden Era scanner, and I did an overview last week on Sniper Pro, 2 very good scanners. And so today I'm going to do the Quantum scanner. Now, I do want to say that we still have the $50 discount available if you get started with me here in JIFU. That was made available to our team back when we moved over several weeks ago. It was only supposed to add, it was only supposed to last for 1 week just to get people to transition from IM Academy to JIFU to give them $50 off the initial price because the initial price to sign up is a little bit higher. The monthly fee is still the same at $184.95. You get access to everything. So you could still save $50 if you get started today. So if you want my link, let me know. I'll send it to you. It should still work until midnight tonight. And then who knows? Maybe they'll leave it up. We don't know. It was supposed to get taken down a couple weeks ago. It is still up because people are still moving over from the other company, which is now shut down, obviously. So let me know if you want that link. And since you're watching this video, I also have an additional $50 bonus for you. Some terms apply to that. So get with me for that if you are interested in signing up with JIFU. So our quantum scanner here. So our quantum scanner is right here in the back office here. I'm going to click on quantum scanner. And so you can trade this on any time frame, guys. If you're a scalper, you can use it on 1 minute to 5 minute. If you're intraday, like I am, you can use the 15 minute or the 1 hour, or even the 30 minute. And then if you want to hold longer, that's when you'd use the 4 hour or the daily. I like to use this on the 15 minutes. So the first thing you're going to want to do, because it reverts back to the 1 minute all the time. And of course, guys, this is just giving you an overview of the scanner. You're not going to be able to actually use this scanner unless you join me in JIFU. So that's why that $50 discount is so important. But this is just showing you what the trades look like in the scanner so that you have an idea and that you can decide to pull the trigger, get started with us. And we do offer a 7-day money back guarantee. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select my time zone, and I want to put this on the 15-minute time frame. Otherwise, it's going to keep going back to the 1 minute. Then here, if I want to trade Bitcoin or the other cryptocurrencies, they're here. My Forex pairs are here. My indices are here, and then my gold and oil and stuff are here. So I leave it here. And then I can just scroll through here and see what I want, and then I can make this bigger if I want to. Now, when you get started with this scanner, they don't have tutorial videos here. When you click here, it says learn how to use the scanners. There's a tutorial for that Golden Arrow Trend Wave Kill Shot Sniper Pro. In order to get to the video for Quantum, you have to actually go to the Live Educators page, right? And that is Dr. Josh Lee and Brandon Boyd. They moved over from IM Academy, obviously with the scanner. And then if you scroll down to here, you could see this, or this is their recorded sessions. They go live, I think 4 times a week. They have a PDF file here that you can download. I'm going to show you that in a second. That's what I'm going to use for this overview. And then here is when you click courses and you go over here, you can select the Quantum Scanner introduction video there. So again, if you're a member of JIFU already, right, and you're watching this video, you're probably better off going into the back office and watching the video here, because this one's going to be a much better overview than I will do. But this overview video is for people that are not in JIFU yet and are thinking about getting in, and they want to see how these scanners work and how they can possibly use them. And that's why I do these quick intro videos. So let me get moving here now. So the Quantum Scanner is basically a suite of proprietary automated price analysis tools that interpret the micro and macro scale aspects of the price direction, price action, and price phase to simplify market analysis. They bring clarity and artificial intelligence automation to your trading analysis through this scanner, right? So this is what the scanner looks like here, okay? And you could see here, this particular screenshot here is from an uptrending market where price, you could see the blue primary trend line telling us that this is bullish. You can see all the blue candles, the blue arrows underneath them. You could see a high trend score here, all that stuff. So now, when you look at this and when you're looking to buy, right, you obviously want to see this macro phase arrow right here. This is the large triangle. Okay. So you first look for that macro phase arrow, then you look for the primary trend line. You can see here it's blue. That essentially means that on this time frame that you're on, price is above the primary trend line. Okay. You also want to look at your master strength panel. You see this score of 61. Okay, and then it also tells you which way the trend is going on each of the time frames, and that's relative to where price is at relative to the primary trend line on that time frame. Right? If price is above that trend line, it'll show as a blue up arrow, and if it's below, it'll show as a red down arrow. But this gives you a snapshot of all the time frames without having to go to each individual time frame to check it out. Okay. It gives you some buy macro trend lines here for breakouts. Here you can see these dashed lines. There's a one down below, one up above. But the main thing you're looking at are these macro arrows here, that they are blue underneath the blue candles and red underneath the red candles. And then you're looking for entries. You look for these micro pullback triangles. These are smaller triangles. And these microwave dots, these are small dots. So in this case, they're blue triangles, blue dots. Of course, this bigger one signifies the trend, the overall trend. And then down below here, we have our quantum oscillator. The blue zone is for buys, the red zone is for sells. So this is a color-coded oscillator, I should say. Blue is for buys. You can see the blue triangles, the blue smaller triangle and dots, the blue primary trend line, the blue score here, and the blue arrows, and you wait for price to get into the blue buy zone. Okay, for selling, it's just the opposite, right? You're looking for this down macro phase arrow, which you can see the large triangle right there. Okay, you look for your primary trend line, right, to be red, right? You look at your master strength panel, the score is 36, it's red. You see a lot of red down arrows, just one blue up arrow. And then, of course, here's your oscillator for sells in the red zone. You want to wait for it to get to the red zone. And then you have your micro pullback triangles and your microwave arrow dots, right? Well, here's your microwave arrow dots here. So now this is the master strength panel that I just showed you at the top of the scanner. And you can see here when price, this gives you the trend direction on each of the time frames at a glance. and then it gives you an overall trend score. Okay, when that score is greater than 50, that means there's strong up strength, right? When it's greater than 60, it's very strong up strength, right? So it's greater than 50, there's up strength. When it's greater than 60, there's very strong up strength. Okay, so for me, I would want to see a score of 60 or above on here. Okay, and just to tell you while we're here, if I'm trading on the 15-minute time frame, right, then I would want to see the 15, the 30, the 1 hour, and the 4 hour. Okay, so I would want to see all four of these time frames, the 15 through the 4 hour. I would want those to be bullish. Okay. I'm not going to concern myself with the 5-minute, the 1 minute, the 4 hour, the daily, or the weekly, but I want these ones here to be bullish, right? Right. So 60 strength score, I would look for a score greater than 60 for buys, and I want the 15-minute through the 4 hour to be in an uptrend aligned, all time frames aligned. Okay. For sales, I'd like to see a score of 40 or below. And again, I want the 15 through the 4 hour to be red arrows telling me the downtrend is aligned on those time frames. So that's what that panel is for. Okay. Now, when you're looking for a buy, you're looking for the blue phase candles, right? You see the macro phase arrow, you see the blue trend line, right? You see a score of greater than 60 here. And you can also see that you have a large majority, you have actually all blue candles, all blue uptrends on all time frames. So I just look for the 15 through the 4 hour, but you may want to add an additional time frame to that. You might want to use the 5-minute through the 4 hour, or you may say, hey, Bill, I want all the time frames aligned, right? So that was a way that we used to use the impulse scanner before. Okay, for entries, you're looking for those blue microwave dots, those blue triangles for pullbacks, and then of course you want the quantum indicator to be blue. You want price down into the blue area of that indicator. For sales, it's just the opposite. You're looking for red candles, right, with the red arrows above them. You're looking for that down micro phase arrow right there. You want price below the primary trend line, right? You want the score to be less than 40 or less. You want to have most of the time frames aligned in the bearish trend here, right? At least the time frame that you're trading on, plus 3 or 4 other time frames, right? For me, I like to have the 15 through the 4 hour. And then you want price, right? As you're looking for your entries, right? You want the oscillator to move into the red sell zone. And when that happens, you want to get those red triangles showing pullbacks here, the micro pullback, or the microwave dots, the red dots, right? Those are your entry signals, right? Using the oscillator along with the micro pullback triangles and the microwave dots. And then of course, your candles when you're looking to take a sell should always be these entry signals, right? Should always be on red candles with the micro arrow, with the red micro arrow above it. And of course, for buys, just go back to that real fast. For buys, when you get these micro pullback triangles or these microwave dots, you want those candles to be blue with the blue micro arrows underneath them. Okay, so that's what you're looking for, right? Before you take the trades. Okay. Now Brandon Boyd and Dr. Josh Lee do live sessions going over this scanner, the quantum scanner, every day, Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern time. Okay. So when you get started with us in JIFU, you'll get access to their overview video and you can get on their live sessions every day, 1 p.m. Eastern time. If you can't make the live sessions, they keep a recording of the most recent ones all the time. They're in the back office, like I showed you. So let me show you a couple examples. And for this, guys, I took some images because it's just easier for me to explain things when I have a screenshot instead of looking at the live scanner as things are changing on it. Because right now, as you know, the market is open. Okay, so so here, this is NZDCAD. Again, I like to trade on a 15-minute time frame. I'm more of an intraday trader, so I would use the 15 or the 1 hour to take my entries. Okay. So we can see here that we can't see that the macro phase arrow. We don't see the large macro phase arrow because it's further back, but that is the first thing you would want to look for to confirm the uptrend. Okay, so that is here. We just can't see it in this screenshot. We have the primary trend line here, right? Blue, and we have our, let's move this out of the way. We have our strength score of plus 60, 60 or plus, it's 65. And you can see here that a majority of the time frames are aligned in a bullish uptrend, meaning that on those time frames, price is above this moving average line here, and that moving average line is blue because price is above it. So again, I like to see the 15 through the 4 hour aligned. You may want to have them all aligned, or you may want to have it all depends on what time frame you're going to trade on. If you're going to take your trades on the 1 minute, you might want to have the 1 minute through the 30-minute aligned. Okay, for me, I'm going to take my trades on the 15-minute. So I want to have those next 3 time frames aligned, the 30, the 1 hour, and the 4 hour. Okay. So once I have that, now what I'm waiting for is I'm waiting for price to come down into the blue buy zone. I'm waiting for the oscillator. I'm sorry. I'm waiting for our quantum oscillator. I'm looking for that line to come down into the blue buy zone. You can see right here, we get to move down into that zone. So what we do is then we just wait for one of these triangles, blue triangles or blue dots to appear. So right here, we get a blue triangle, right? And you can see here the price moves up considerably after that blue triangle, okay? So right here, we get another move down into the zone. We have another entry right here. That one doesn't look so good. This was a much better entry here, moved up quite a bit, okay? And then, of course, our last one is over here, where price gets right down into the zone right here. And then we get this, the blue triangle and the blue dot on the same candle. Now, the other thing you could look at that I didn't really go over yet are the volatility bands. Okay, so these are like a proprietary Bollinger Band that the quantum scanner uses. You could see the gray band up here above and the blue band down here. I mean, the gray band down here. Now, with these, this is like an extra confirmation for me. If I'm looking to buy, right, then not only do I want the oscillator to come down in the blue zone, but I also want the candle to come down into the lower Bollinger Band for a buy and the upper Bollinger Band for a sell. Okay, so you can see here in this particular example, it doesn't do that. Okay, so again, whatever you decide your trading plan to be, you may want to just look for the oscillator to go down into the blue buy zone and then look for that blue triangle or blue microwave dot and take the trade. Okay, or you may want to wait for price to come down into this zone here, into the lower Bollinger Band or the lower volatility band zone before looking to take buys. Now, one thing I wanted to show you in this pair here, look how this is consolidating here. Usually not the best time to trade using this scanner is when you see a long consolidation period like this. Okay, So it's best to wait for these bands to open up like they did here. Okay, let's bring up another example for you. This is EUR NZD. And again, we can't see that macro phase, that large triangle. It's a little bit further back. But we see here that our primary trend line is red because price is below that, right? We see our score here of a 41, right? And then we see that our 1 minute through our 4 hour are all aligned in a downtrend. So again, depending on what time frame you want to trade on, that will determine how many of these you need to align. Okay, now when you're looking for sales, the difference is now you're looking for price to come up. You're looking for the quantum oscillator line to come up into the red zone for selling opportunities. Once that happens, you would look for that red triangle or that red dot. In this case, you get them both on the same candle, right? As an extra confirmation with this one, like I told you before, price is up in it's up in the upper volatility band, right? Price moved up in the upper band. You want it to be in the upper band for sells and in the lower band when you're buying. Okay. So we could see here that not only do we have the quantum oscillator in the red zone for sales, but we also have price candles moving into that upper volatility band, giving us a selling signal as well. And then we get both our red triangle and our red microwave dot on the same candle, and you can see the price moves down considerably from there, right? So that's a good opportunity there. And then you could see here, you get a couple more times where right here, price, the oscillator comes back into the red zone. You get a red triangle right here. You get a microwave dot here, both entry signals, right? Ideas, you may want to take a trade there. Those are opportunities to take trades. But again, you don't have price up in this upper volatility band at this time. And you see that it's not making the same type of move downward as it did here. Okay, let me just show you one more example here. If I can, AUDNZD. This is also a bearish example. Again, we can't see that macro phase area, that large triangle. It's further back. But we can see that we have our primary trend line is red, telling us price is below that. We get a strength score of 36, which is lower than 40, which is good. We also look to have all of the time frames aligned here. Again, we want to worry about the time frame we're trading on plus the next three. Okay, now we're going to look for that quantum oscillator line, in this case, to go up into the red zone. As you can see, it does right here. It does right here. It does here as well. And you do get you do have price up in the upper volatility band as well. So you have a couple entry signals here. Potential entry signals, guys. Right here, then price moves up, and you get both the red triangle and the red microwave dot on the same candle, and that makes a powerful move down here, and then price continues down from there. Okay, so again, depending on where you would put your stop loss, if you took the trade here or here, you potentially could have gotten stopped out. But then if you get back in the trade here, when you get both of your entry signals together, the triangle and the dot, which doesn't have to happen unless that's how you like to trade, then this makes a considerable move down. So that's basically my quick intro and walkthrough video for our impulse scanner, which I think just went live about a week or so ago here on the JIFU site. Okay. And so, like I said earlier, a couple weeks ago, I did an overview video on the golden error scanner. This is my overview PDF here. What I do is I put the overview video on here, and then I'll come on and I'll do some sessions, 2 or 3 times a week, and I'll show you the results of any trades that I came across here. That's what all these videos are here. Here you can download the PDF file that they give us in the back office. Tells you the educator's Nick Engels and when he goes live. And then this is an overview of JIFU, the JIFU platform by Brandon Boyd. This is basically my overview here. And then again, there's links here where you can still sign up and get that $50 off, even though it says it expired on May 19th. This is still valid. And then, of course, this is my Sniper Pro one. I just did this one last week, so I just have the overview video. I have the 3 PDFs they give us, and then I have an updated overview video here. Okay. John Oliver does the live training for this. He's on every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 a.m. Okay. This is also my 4-hour supply and demand zone trading. This doesn't use a scanner, so you can actually use this strategy without becoming a member of JIFU. But this is a higher time frame strategy. You would be holding these trades longer, and this requires a lot of work done every day. You don't have a scanner doing all the work for you. So, yeah, if you want more info on JIFU, let me know. I'm going to, I'll eventually have a link to the PDF file in the description area of this video on YouTube. If you're watching it somewhere else, then just ask me for that link and I will send it to you. Okay. Have a great Memorial Day, guys. Take care.